Hi, welcome back for another edition of Cooking Easy with Maddie Spices. Today we're going to be using our Maddie's seafood seasoning, and we're going to be cooking some really good clam chowder. So he is here now to take you through all the easy steps to make this delicious meal.
All right. As stated, we're going to do some home-cooked clam chowder. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be quick. Oh, excuse me, thank you. We're going to use our Maddie's seafood seasoning, and it's going to be hearty. Okay, and I'm going to tell you now before we get started. This right here, it will put in some calories, but it's going to be flavorful. Okay, so the first thing, and we've already done it, is you want to take about 8 slices of your favorite bacon. Thick slices are usually best, and take the pot that you plan on cooking your clam chowder in, and brown those bacon slices up as best as possible, and render all that fat and those juices out of it. Here we've already done that, and the juices are already in here, that fat, and we've taken that bacon, we've crumbled it already. And again, it's like 8 slices here. We crumbled it nice and well. We're going to use it in 2 different ways. Going to use it part to cook and part to garnish, but that is the base of the chowder. So do know that. So you got to have that base there. And again, I do it in the pot that I'm going to cook my chowder in, because all of those bits and flavors are there, and they'll start to come back to surface as we're doing that. So let's get started. So you can see the wonderful ingredients here. This is about 3 peeled and cubed potatoes. Okay, we got them cubed, and the first thing you want to do is put those in the pot so that they can start to get a little bit of that flavor from the bacon oil. Put those in. Beautiful. And we got 2 stalks of celery. Okay, and you can dice it down to the size if you want. We kind of like ours down a little fine, but 2 stalks would be good. Okay. Put those in there. Boom. And a whole large onion, finely diced as well. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to let this go for about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, no more than 4. And just to slightly get those vegetables sauteed just a bit. But of course the potatoes won't cook in that time, for the purpose so they can grab some of that delicious bacon flavor and fat and be there, because throughout the cooking process they will cook, and they'll cook just enough so they'll have a nice little bite to them. They won't be mushy and things of that nature. So that's how that goes. So we're going to let that go again for about 3 to 4 minutes. Let that cook down. Grab some of those flavors, and then we're going to move to the next stage. Alright, that shouldn't be too long, but we're looking good here. It's smelling good already. We're just going. Okay. It's a nice weekend here. The sun is out. Time is great to cook a nice meal. You can do chowder in the winter, chowder in the spring, in the fall, on weekends. It's always good as a meal. It's always good as a side. It's just always good. Okay? Got that going really well there. Okay? Now we got ourselves a tablespoon of butter. It's unsalted. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Okay? And that's going to be used to help with the thickener that we're going to put in next. So I just want to get this butter in here and melt with these other things. That's coming along pretty well. I tell you, nothing like a great dish of chowder. Good. It's going. Good. I wish you guys could smell this. It's already starting to emanate those smells, those senses are starting to tingle. Alright, got that butter nice and melted. And what I'm going to add is now my cornstarch. I have here 6 tablespoons. It's about a little less than 1/3 of a cup. All of that in there. Okay. Move it around pretty good. Right now I can use this to do it. It seems like it's doing pretty well. Sometimes I'll whisk it, but right now this is doing it. And now you only want to let this go for about 2 minutes. You don't want it to brown. You want to keep that white, natural color in it. You just want to try to cook some of that starchy flavor out of it. That's going to take about 2 minutes to do that. Okay. Alright. Good. So let that go ahead and do that. Okay, great. Okay. While that's doing that, I'll tell you what we got here. So I have 6 cans of the chopped and minced clams here. And what we've done is we've strained the juice off as is so. Okay. Go there and put the rest of the clams in here like so. So they can go ahead and drain off. Be careful with these cans, you know. Cut yourself. Boom. Alright, the rest of those clams go there. So this is the reserved juice. Okay. And again, I use 6 cans, and these cans are the 6.5 ounces. You use whatever brand you like. And I tend to use 2 cans of the mince and 6 cans of the chopped. Some tend to use only the mince, but I kind of like a little more bite in mine, so I put the chop. It's a bigger piece of meat, but I still use a couple cans of the mince. Okay, and so now I'm going to go ahead and use these reserved clam juice and add it to it. Okay, as well as 3 8-ounce bottles of clam juice. So I'm going to go ahead and add each one of those. Okay. Just shake it up really well. Okay. Great. Good. There's other ways to do this. I just like to use all rich ingredients. Some people add water, some people add a little chicken stock and things of those nature. These are the things that I like to add in mine. So I use the pure clam juice. Get this all going. Okay. Good. Mix it around pretty well. Make sure no lumps are in it. You just want it to thicken well, the nice smoothly, and we'll be on our way. Okay, so that's going around really well there. Alright, now here we go. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and add our quart of heavy whipping cream. 1 quart. Okay. Add that in there. And I got myself 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Okay. You can use fresh or jar. Okay. It's good there. And let's get these things all stirred together. And we're going to let that cook together for about 10 minutes. It's first 10 minutes. Start to marry together, and we'll be good. Alright, so we're going to let that do 10 minutes, and I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to put the top on, let that go, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Thank you. Alright, look like we're back. We've done our 10 minutes. During that time I did stir it once or twice. You can see it's got a nice little strong boil here. Got it on about medium, a little bit closer to medium high, but we can start to turn it down a bit now. Okay, as you can see, a nice strong boil, looking really good, but we want to get it down to a simmer. Okay, beautiful. Next stage. So Now I'm going to put a little flavor with it. Okay, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of Maddie seafood seasoning. Get that in there. Okay, good. We're going to add our wonderful 6 cans of clams. This is going to give it the rest of that flavor, that bite, that chew. This is it right here. Lovely. Okay, get all that in there. We'll move that around a bit. You can hear that start to simmer down a bit. Starting to get that creamish flavor instead of color instead of white. Starting to look really nice at this point. Okay, now I'm going to add in those 8 strips. Actually, it started out with 8, but we reserved some of it, about 2 strips, maybe 3 strips, and set it on the side so we can garnish at the end. So the remaining maybe 5 strips of crumbled bacon, I'm going to put in, add to the flavor of this. And that should be enough, the 5 strips, just like the 2 teaspoons of garlic. You don't want to put too much of those things because both of those things can dominate the flavor. We want a clam chowder, not a bacon chowder or garlic chowder. So just a little, enough to get a hint of the flavor and some seasoning in there. So those are in there. We're going to let this go for about another 6 minutes, okay? And again, on about medium heat, I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to let it go. It's going to do its thing. Maybe stir it maybe once or twice halfway through, but let it do 6 minutes, and then we'll get back to the next stage. Okay? Thank you. See you in 6. All right. Okay, we've done 6 minutes. I've stirred it twice to sort of get things from not sticking on the bottom. So when you do yours, the same thing. As you can see, it's starting to thicken. And that's with that cornstarch and that heavy whipping cream. Okay? Starting to get that beautiful traditional clam chowder color. The smells are starting to come through. You can see the heartiness of it. The potatoes, the clams, the celery, onions. Yes, yes. You can add other vegetables. A lot of people tend to do so. Some people add peas and carrots, corn. Mine is a pretty bland, straightforward one. It's, got the bacon, things of that nature. But this is how we like it here. It's a lovely one. It's rich and it's ready to go. So now we just stirred it up. Instead of 6 minutes, let's give it a little taste here. See what we are. I'm gonna burn myself. Smelling delicious. That's it. Almost burnt myself. That's great. Good, good. It's nice, nice. I think we need to add just a bit more salt. Okay. I think that's about a teaspoon there. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this white pepper. And you can use black. We tend to use white. I think it's more appealing for this dish, but you can. So I've got about say a teaspoon of that. Not too much. Just get it all stirred in. And this again is where you want to get your flavor at, because it's going to do one last set of 10 minutes and we should be ready to serve. So this is your tasting period. Okay, you season it to taste. At this point you may add a little more Maddie seafood seasoning to get it where you want, maybe even a little more salt if that's what you want, and some may want it a little blander. Okay, and that's what you do, but this is where you taste it to get it exactly to the point where you want it. Okay, so good. And I think we have what we want here. I'm going to go ahead and let it do another 10 minutes. Somewhere between, after 3 minutes, I want to get a stir in. Okay, and don't have to be exact. Let me go ahead and taste it again, see if that's where I want it. I'll add or leave it where it's at, and then maybe stir it again somewhere, maybe 3 more minutes down the road, and then probably once again right as we come back live. Okay, so Let's let it do its thing. It's going perfectly right now. Looking good, smelling good, tasting good. Now, all we got to do is finish it out. Okay? See you again in 10. Thank you. All right, with TV Magic, we are back. And let's see what we have. I stirred it a few times, as I told you, throughout those stages. I actually end up adding one more teaspoon, or actually a half teaspoon of Maddie's seafood. And I think I got it right where I want it to be. And again, I told you, taste it throughout and get it where you want. Maybe add a little salt, maybe a little white pepper, maybe even more Maddie's seafood seasoning. But I think we have it where we want it. This is the color, this is the texture we like. This is the consistency that we love as well. Just a little hint, if you want yours to be a little thicker, you can add about another tablespoon of the cornstarch at the beginning and make it a little thicker. Or you can add even less, maybe 1 bottle less of your clam juice. I don't really recommend that one, but maybe just add a little bit more cornstarch. And if you want it less thick than this, okay, then do a little less than the 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then go ahead with the final steps with that. But here we are. So we're going to go ahead and dish this out. See what our final product is. Okay. Smelling good, looking good. Down there deep. See what we have there. All right. Looking good. Looking very good. Okay, we got bowl 1 there. Okay, and garnish it a little bit. Fresh parsley. Bacon. Those remaining crumb bacon. And hey, there we go. With that one, we'll get the second one done here. And you can add yourself some crackers or something of that nature with it. The oyster crackers always go very well with it. But this can be, again, as a meal itself, or a side, appetizer before meal, whole 9 yards. Again, let's garnish it with parsley there, a little bacon. I like bacon, put a little extra there, and there we are. So if we can get a test stir over, that would be great. Clean these up for you. Good.
Okay.
All right.
Hot.
It is hot, so be careful. Got that there. See what we have.
That is so good, so flavorful.
Good.
It's
Good.
delicious. It is absolutely delicious.
All right. It's just hot. Gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good.
But it's too good to stop.
All right.
Awesome. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us for another episode of Cooking Easy with Maddie Spices. Let us know what you like in the comments below. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel whenever you get a chance. We have a link to our website where you can buy any of our spices, so please feel free to take a look and see what we've got. And remember, Maddie Spices. Spices so right,
You can't go wrong. Thank you.